Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer, and thanks to Plaid for bringing today's debate. As Sian Gwenllian stated in her opening remarks, Plaid did bring a debate on this subject 6 weeks ago, and I gave UKIP's position at that time. Our stance hasn't really changed since then, so I will be fairly brief, particularly bearing in mind that this is only a half-hour debate. We in UKIP share the concerns of other parties here over universal credit. As a party, we haven't supported a lot of the Conservatives' welfare reforms. We were against the bedroom tax, for instance. So in these particular matters, we definitely aren't to the right of the Conservatives, as many people like to characterise us, but we're actually closer to the left of centre parties. Strange but true. We share concerns over the length of time, yeah, sure they're delighted, the length of time taken to make the payments, the fact that joint payments can leave people destitute, and the fact that direct payment of universal credit to tenants rather than landlords will undoubtedly increase rent arrears. And we are also worried over the fairly random application of sanctions that will likely occur, and by the fact that sanctions could be taken against people who are already in work and who may already have 2 or even 3 jobs. And this kind of thing renders the whole scheme of universal credit rather an abject nonsense, whatever good intentions may have initially lay behind it. Now, I don't normally spend much time in here knocking the Conservatives, because there's enough of that going on from the Labour and Plaid Cymru benches, so it does get a bit repetitive. And I don't want to fall out with the Conservative members here, who are perfectly amenable people. No, I'm not going anywhere. Thank you. Thanks for the suggestion. And of course, they also now number some of our old friends, like Mark Reckless, although currently absent. He's not there. He's not here either, Mike. So, but to be serious, I'm not sure giving responsibility for the welfare system to Ian Duncan Smith in 2010 was ever really going to be a good idea. This is the chap who turned up in Merthyr not long after his appointment and said, seemingly on the spur of the moment, that it might be a good idea if some of the locals thought about popping down to Cardiff to look for work. When, of course, the reality was that thousands of people from Merthyr and other valleys towns were already doing that and had been doing that for some years. So the universal credit scheme, overseen by such a naive blunderer as IDS, was never really likely to be a success. However, I would repeat that we don't support Plaid's objective in getting the welfare system devolved to Wales. We recognise what the Welsh Government has stated on this count, that this would only place a huge additional spending burden on the Welsh public. So while we do share Plaid's concerns over universal credit, we do not share their proposed solution.
Thank you.